What is good, everybody? How are you guys doing today? Beautiful, beautiful start to the week. What's up, Dave? What's up, Raymond? All right. We'll go ahead and get right into it here, guys. I do want to start off by going over the trades we took today on Meta. Absolutely beautiful start for the week. For the floor, just Ray. All right. Gotcha. What's up? What's up? But yeah, beautiful start for the week. We had two absolute bangers back to back here on Meta this morning. So first off, we ended up taking this at... We ended up taking it on this candle right here, the 931 candle, leading us into 764.67, which was a support on the 1 hour, as you can see here. Now we ended up taking this down, scaling out of half below 762. I was looking for the 760 break for the other half of that position, but we ended up selling the other half just a little bit below break even here on this bounce. And then we ended up taking a re-entry on Meta on this 935 candle, basically right at the same spot we took our original entry. Once again, as we got that move below 762, I took off half my position there. We got the 760 break, and on the 760 break, I ended up getting rid of the rest of my position. Over 30% in returns today from Meta, which is insane for a Monday. So that was a fantastic way to start the day. Super easy, clean move on both of these trades. And I know a lot of you guys ended up taking full profits on this original entry here as well. So you guys probably got even better percentages than I did at that point. So fantastic work for everybody in the floor today. And then also I wanted to say, oh, my camera is not working right now. All right, fantastic. But also I wanted to say, first link in the description, if you guys want to trade live with me and the team every day, click that. We've got a 3-day free trial if you guys want to sign up for that. And yeah, we would love to see you making money with the team. Yes, sir, EA. How many of you guys in here caught that? I would imagine all of you did. Nice, Dave. Ray caught it as well. I don't know how to say your name. Datsuya? I have no idea. All right. So pretty much all you guys in here caught that. Fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic. But all right. Tonight's actual lesson is the charting session. So we'll go ahead and get into that. Oh, that's Saki. Got you. But yeah, tonight's actual lesson is the charting session. So we'll go ahead and get right into that here. We're going through my watch list from A to Z, seeing what I like, seeing what I don't like, and creating a watch list for tomorrow and possibly even the rest of the week, depending on when we get these setups. So, oh, there's Brian too. Brian caught it. Yeah, you guys went crazy. I'm looking at Profits chat right now. Nice, nice work, everybody. First thing here, Apple actually looks pretty solid to the downside. You guys already know I'm not the biggest fan of trading Apple, so I would imagine we're going to have some better setups than this for me and my personal preferences. So I'm going to go ahead and move on from Apple for now, but we can come back to that at the end here if we don't have anything that looks a little bit better. AMD, I mean, I would imagine the majority of these setups are going to be downside setups because everything kind of topped out and now it's just making its way back down. AMD, we can look at low of day, but not really any super specific targets here. Amazon, actually, at 231.96 looks really nice to the upside here. I actually do really like that. That looks good. Well, I mean, as we come back and make the watch list, we'll go back and get more specific targets for this. But I do just want to see what we've got cooking before we go into all that. BA, I think I'm all good on BA. Baidu, I'll pass. Baidu actually has earnings this week too, so that's something I'll be watching out for the day after earnings, but as of right now, I'm all good. Coin broke my levels that I was looking for. I'll pass on that. Would you consider an early entry on Google at 206 into the high of 206.44? EA, I will let you know in just a second as soon as we get down there. Circle looks like it is trying to come back down to the downside as well, except I don't really love where we're at right now. I'll probably have to wait for that 134 low before I take Circle again. I'm sure that you can take a play on it, but it's just not as clear of a setup as I would like it to be. DAL actually ended up breaking today. Actually a very clean break as well. Contract volume was non-existent, so I'm completely fine that we missed that. DDOG, I'm all good. Disney in consolidation here. If Disney just had some better price action, I would like this setup. I just can't trust it. I don't trust Disney's price action pretty much at all. It's just very low volume, hard to get follow through. I mean, when it does have moves, then it's great because the contracts move crazy. But that's when it does have moves, and it's pretty random whenever it does end up making its moves. So the setup itself looks great if it was on anything other than Disney. Okay, EA. I would consider an early entry at 206. I mean, there's nothing really at 206, so we would really have to see some super clear strength, super clear price action into this 206 area for me to take an early entry at 206. If we had a wall there, I would consider taking an entry at 206. But for Google, I mean, 40 cents is kind of a lot for Google. Not in the grand scheme of a day, but in the grand scheme of a move. 206, or sorry, a 40-cent move is kind of a lot for Google. So maybe if it was on something like Tesla or MSTR or Meta or something like that, 40 cents isn't that big of a deal. But on Google, 40 cents is pretty difficult sometimes. What's up, Victor? Yeah, I mean, we're super far away from our entry on Google anyways. Like, the way that I look at things the night before is I just assume that this is going to be the same area that we're opening in. I know that that's not necessarily the case, but I mean, I technically have no idea where we're going to open tomorrow. So as of right now, Google looks pretty far away for my liking. So I'm actually going to unmark that. Hood at, what is this? 116.40. I do like this. We've only traded Hood one time and it was super clean, so. Main thing that I'm giving this props for is the fact that it actually has contract volume. So, Yeah, 116.40, I would be interested on hood. I would probably just target the previous day's high at 117.70. And then after that, we've got 118.45, which I believe is the all-time high. Yeah, that looks really good. I think we'll probably actually see this whole move happen in the matter of a day. Once we get above 117 and we're actually holding above 117, I don't think it's going to be difficult for hood to make this move to all-time highs in a day. So yeah, I do like hood though. I do like that a lot. Interactive, just in consolidation here. IBM, absolute garbage contract volume. I don't think I'm ever actually going to take a trade on that. I'm going to delete that from my watch list right now. INTC, we talked about this yesterday. I do like this at the high. These contracts are so cheap though. They've got good volume, so you can play in the monies, but my lord. We're going to have to be playing like, what is this? We're going to have to be playing like $2 in the money. Those contracts are ridiculously cheap. That's crazy. Even next week's are cheap. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on the watch list. Contract volume is good. The contracts are cheap, but I would be interested to see if it's something that is actually playable or not, because the setup looks good. I mean, I like how obviously today we were just pretty much selling off, not really actually going anywhere, but we were just pretty much grinding down for the back half of the day. Obviously, we shot up after hours here, and if we continue that momentum from after hours into pre-market and market open, I think we're going to very easily see this 25.65 level. So I do like that. Only tricky part, like I said, is just going to be the contract volume, or not contract volume, the contract price. So the contracts that we can actually play. Meta, I am pretty much uninterested until low of day from today, because that also lines up with the support that I've got here on the 1 hour at 756.77. So I do like this to the downside still. I honestly think we're probably going to see a recovery on this. I think we're probably going to see a recovery on this back up to pretty much where we opened today. But if we get more downside, I do like this 756.77 level for sure. Next up, Marvel. Nope. Microsoft. We finally broke the level. 517.55 was that level that I've had on watch for a hot minute. We officially retraced the entire move up we got from earnings. So that is interesting for sure. I don't think that I would look at anything to the downside on this though until we get to, what is this support? Until we get down to 509.44. So probably 510 would be the next area that I would look to take this to the downside. $7 on Microsoft is pretty far, so I mean, I can throw it on a side watch. I do still like Microsoft to the downside overall. I think it looks good, but it is a decent ways away. 354.53 to the downside on MSTR. I still really like. We really didn't go anywhere today. That's interesting. everything's kind of at the same spot that it was this morning, to be fair. Like all the stuff I was looking at this morning is still what I'm looking at right now. Nvidia in a crazy consolidation range here. This combined with the fact that it's Nvidia is prone to faking you out anyways. I'm not interested in anything to do with this consolidation. I'm not interested in it at all. So up until we can get out of this consolidation or open really close to somewhere where we'll be breaking the consolidation, I'm all good on Nvidia. I want nothing to do with this stock until we're out of this range. Because look at this. This is the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. We have been in the same exact spot, and then really 8.5 days from after hours. Yeah. I do not like that. Oracle ended up bouncing on this today, which is a little unfortunate because I have nothing to the upside, but I do have really nice setups to the downside. So I still like Oracle. It's just further away. PLTR. Geez, PLTR bleeding out today too. Actually, really, once again, didn't go too far, but overall still pretty weak here. Not really anything that I would look to play on PLTR. Our watch list might be pretty short, guys. Let's see, Reddit actually looks good to the downside. I believe this has earnings this week though. Or wait. No, I'm sorry. I just had earnings a couple weeks ago. My bad. 235.79 to the downside does not look bad at all on this. The only thing I would be worried about is contract volume. I don't think that I would take low of day. Give me just a second here. I want to see this on the 1 minute. How easily do we actually move on this? Okay. I might consider low of day on this on Reddit. 237.54. You go over the circle play we took last week on Friday. You signaled an early entry, then our levels, which kind of lost me. Yes, I can, EA. I can. I actually do really like Reddit here. This looks good. We're breaking a 1 hour uptrend channel. Yeah, I like that. SMCI. We've got this 46.79 level. It doesn't look too bad. SMCI, I don't believe, has been the greatest to us here recently. Give me just a second to fact check that. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was PLTR. PLTR has not been the greatest to us. SMCI is all right. I say recently, I mean literally within the past couple of weeks. So overall, I mean I love PLTR still, and I love SMCI. After the split though, not so much. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to leave this off. Snow, I'm all good. SPX, I did not mean to click on that. Yeah, SPY really went nowhere today. That's interesting. All right. Last but not least here, Tesla. I don't think that I'm going to be looking at anything on this. It looks like we're just kind of grinding higher. But each new high we're making, we're just getting smacked right back down. So I'm all good on Tesla personally. And then before I'll go over the circle trade, before we do that, I do want to go through and make the watch list real quick. I honestly don't think I like AMD that much anymore now that we saw some of our other options. So I'm going to take AMD off. And let me see here. All right. First thing, Amazon. I'm gonna be looking at the 231.96 resistance. Well, actually, this is a flat top. Looking at the 231.96 flat top. Targeting momentum. Let's see. All right, there we go. Amazon looking at the 231.96 flat top for a breakout, targeting momentum into the 252.56 area. My next target will be the 232.69 resistance. After that, we have room up to 233. Hood, I believe I already have a trade idea written out for Hood. I might be wrong though. Never mind, I do not. All right. Hood, I'm looking at the 116.40 resistance on the 4-hour, targeting a move to the 117 break. After that, we have room to the next resistance at 117.70. Then the all-time high break at 118.45. Boom. Easy. INTC creating an inverse H on the 4-hour. Looking to take this at the 25.65 high. Oh. We'll just, there we go. Targeting a move. Well, I don't actually know exactly what to expect from an INTC break. So I am probably just going to leave this up to momentum. I think overall we can see 26 for sure, but yeah, I think I would rather just leave this up to momentum. I don't like setting unrealistic expectations in my head for a move and then having price action that just does not reflect the plan at all. So I think I'm just going to leave this up to momentum. Targeting momentum above 26. There we go. Meta, looking at the 756.77 support. The 1 hour. Room on this down to wow. There we go. Microsoft, this one's gonna have to go way far down in the side watch because it is $6 away, $7 away. But looking at the 509.44 support, low from earnings. Planning to take an early entry at the 510 level, targeting a move down to we have a ton of room on this. All right, there we go. There's Microsoft. MSTR, I'm still looking at the same exact thing from this morning, I believe. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and copy paste MSTR in here. Oracle, it's far away. Reddit. I think Reddit's our last thing, right? I believe so. RDDT, looking at the 237.54 low of day for entry. Targeting a move to the next support at 235.79. It's so weird writing out trade ideas and trying to make them make sense for everybody because overall we've got so much room on a lot of these stocks that it's like there's no exact number to even put on it because the amount of room that we have is just ridiculous. So like obviously for those of you guys that are in the floor and you guys trade with me every single day, you guys know how I trade. You know that I'm targeting momentum on 99.9% of the things that we're watching. And overall, price action is always going to be the thing that determines what I'm doing. But trying to write out trade ideas for people that don't necessarily understand exactly how I trade, it's interesting because I don't want to put an exact number for the target and have you guys expect that to be where it goes, because some of those numbers are pretty far away, and then it's like, okay, realistically we may actually have like $20 of room on this thing, but there's absolutely no way that I'm holding for that long, you know? So it's interesting. The targets are a little vague here because the majority of them are going to have to be targeting momentum regardless. Let's see. Amazon's upside, Hood is upside, INTC is upside, Meta is downside, Microsoft is downside, MSTR is downside, and Reddit is downside. We've got a healthy mix here. All right, so this is the watch list that I've got for, I'm gonna just move Microsoft. I'm gonna move it down here. There we go. But this is the watch list for tomorrow for me. Make sure you guys take a screenshot of this if you're not in the floor. I am gonna go over that trade from Friday, EA, so don't think I'm wrapping up the live right now. But I just wanted to say I am gonna leave this up here for just a moment before we move on to the next subject here. And also, we did get done pretty early with the watch list, so if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to ask those questions, and I'm happy to answer, whether it's about the watch list or whether it's about anything. Plays are dependent on conditions. Basically, no one knows the conditions until... Yeah, I mean, pretty much, Thomas. I don't know how the market's going to move until the market's open. So these are, when you're making a watch list for yourself, no matter what kind of trading you do, your watch list, it doesn't mean that it has to happen. Your watch list is a guideline. It is your plan for reaction once the market is doing what it needs to do to get the stock there. And people ask me, like, not in the chat, because I feel like people that are actually trading and people that are actually in the markets understand the fact that it's not a prediction game, and it's a completely reactionary job. But people ask me, like, how do you predict that this is going to happen? I don't. These are just my rules and my plans for when it does happen. So if this happens, I do that. If that happens, I do this, you know? So for sure. Let's see. Since I don't have a camera right now, I'm going to do this real quick, and you guys tell me what you think this sound is. I know we have at least one person in here that can guess. Yeah, Thomas, but we got to get a little bit more specific than that. Yes, sir, Ray. Ray's got it. Ray's got it. So does Saki. Yeah, I haven't had a Celsius in so long. I think the last time I had a Celsius was when I was still working at UPS. Nah. Most definitely not a Red Bull Zero. How do you cancel auto send? Um, well, first off, why do you want to cancel auto send? And second off, what are you using? Are you using Active Trader, the buttons? What are you using? Active Trader. Okay, I actually have never messed with Active Trader on TOS, so I'm gonna assume that yes. Okay, so if you click this down arrow right here, there's a box that says auto send. It's probably checked, so just uncheck this box and you're good. Did that fix your problem there, Saki? If not, I don't know exactly how your setup is. I know I have a video on my channel, obviously going over how I would set up Thinkorswim. I mean, I use Thinkorswim for my charts, but I have it set up how I would set it up if I were executing through Thinkorswim in that video. So other than that, I really don't know exactly how yours is. I don't know how you drink energy drinks every day. I don't know how you guys drink energy drinks every day. Got more done today in 3 hours than I've done in 3 weeks, but it is, Thomas. Yeah, Saki, that's my best answer there. I don't really know. If that didn't work, I don't know exactly how your setup is. But if you come to the lesson on Thursday and you want to just share your screen, or actually, I don't even think you can share your screen in there. If you want to hop in the Hangout tab tomorrow after trading and get that fixed, if it's not fixed already, we can do that. And then who asked earlier? Somebody asked, EA asked, can I go over the circle play we took on Friday? I have to first off remember what we took. Oh, that was, okay, 2 Fridays ago. Give me just a second. What was 2 Fridays ago? It was the 8th. All right. Give me just a second. Gotta go back to the 8th here. We did not take circle last week on Friday. We took hood. Oh, it was last Friday. We didn't take circle on Friday. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We took it on the 14th. That was Thursday. Is that what you're talking about? Thank you, Jess. Thank you. I'm glad you guys caught it with me. Gotcha. All right. Yes, I can. Okay, give me just 1 second. I want to look at the trade ideas here to remember what I was looking at. So, 14th. Okay, we were looking at 148.79. I'm just gonna drag this over here so you guys can see it too. We were looking at 148.79 support for entry, targeting momentum below the 148 break, which is a major support on the 1 year. After that, we had room all the way down to 143.53, which is the start of the gap on the 1 year. This is what the chart looked like ahead of time. I guess I can drag this over here. So yeah, that's what the chart looked like ahead of time. We had a low right here pre-market that I feel like we took advantage of. I might not be correct there, but give me just a second and we will go back and look at it. So let's go to circle. Where is it at? There it is. Okay. All right. Yeah, give me just 1 second. We gotta go 3-day. 1 minute here and get us back to. All right. Yes. All right. So circle. We ended up just absolutely ripping off open here. Everything else was as well, if I remember correctly. Circle topped out here pretty aggressively. We got very aggressive to the downside, and we were basically showing no signs of stopping here. And this, when you see that a stock is this aggressive and then failing this aggressively, 90 to 95% of the time, this thing blows past low of day with no problems and ends up selling off for quite a while. So when we saw this bounce here at 150 on circle, I ended up taking circle 150 puts on the 959 candle, which is this candle right here. We absolutely sniped this entry, like absolutely sniped this. Because as soon as we got in, we were already up just crazy on those contracts. Now, first half I got out at 10:04. So we had this little consolidation here. We tried to get bought back up here, immediately got rejected, came back down. And then on this 10:04 candle, we broke this little consolidation flat bottom that we made here. When we broke that, I ended up taking off 50% of my position below 149. I believe it was close to the 148.75 area. And then the rest of my position I took at 10:06. So I sold the rest of my position here on this candle as we broke below 148. This was an absolutely insane play. And I believe, give me just 1 second. Believe that I have this recorded. Let's see. What day was this? The 14th circle right here. All right, yeah. So actually, just we're live, so we might as well just go over it and watch it. But here, let's see. Are you guys hearing volume on this? I really don't know. Because I have my. Oh no, probably not. Here, I'll just turn the volume on. We can watch it together. Why not? Why not? Let's see. I'm in these here. Can you guys hear this now? 50 puts for circle. Already when I'm playing it. On this. Wow. Or do I need to turn it up louder? I probably need to turn it up louder. I'm in these here. Oh yeah, there we go. That should be good, right? Yes, no, maybe. All right, I'm going to take the no responses as you guys can hear it, and then we're just going to go through and play it right here. 150 puts for circle. Already up nicely on this, wow. 149 coming in hot. I'm going to look to scale out a half at 139, or 139, 149, my bad. Sorry, guys. I have a nice wall here at 149.11. It's an odd spot, but got 10 cents. Just give us the move, bro. There it is. I'm taking off half here, guys. There we go. 148 is going to be the rest. Oh my lord. 148 break is going to be final target for this for me. That was our original planned entry level. I think this thing still has a ton of room, but this is already a huge trade. Already a huge trade. Great work. Take profits when you're comfortable. I'm giving this the chance here. I'm taking the risk. I'm going to take off another 25% here in just a second. I think we have room below 148 with how aggressive this is getting. We got a huge wall at 148 too. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually read my signals wrong. Come on, give us the break. I forgot I took off 25%. Trying to chip away at that wall right now. Look at all those orders. Right at 148. This is insane. Come on. Give it to us. There we go. I'm taking off another 25% here, guys. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I'm out of these, boys and girls. I'm out of these. I was going to wait for 50 cents, but that was sick. That was sick.
That was beautiful.
Oh my lord, bro. Oh my lord. I'm in these here. So yeah, that was a banger right there. So what was your question about that, EA? Was your question just my reasoning for entry there, or what was your question about that trade? Because I'm happy to answer, but other than just walking you through the trade, I don't exactly know what you were looking for there. Well, Ray, the calmness comes with about 9 years of doing this, so a little over 9 years of doing this. And also just deeply understanding how to read price action. You took it earlier than the level we had marked. Yeah, I took it earlier because we had a wall at 150. We bounced perfectly off of a psychological level here, and this thing was just ridiculously weak. All morning, it was so weak. Other than this initial push we got, other than that, this thing was just ready to give up. Yes, exactly, EA. That's exactly where I took it. Here, we can go back and look at it again. But that is exactly where I took it, right at that H pattern. Yeah, those H patterns, those are no joke. Those are solid patterns to be looking at, especially intraday. If you're looking for an early entry, I don't think that early entries are the end all be all by any means, but when you literally have just a layup handing itself to you right there, you might as well take it. And what I was expecting to see was pretty much a move like this. I was expecting to see a pretty aggressive move all the way down to 148. Now, could you imagine if we saw this move happen all the way down to 148? We got down here, and now we're looking to take this at 148. Our risk would have to be so much larger than it would be right here. So when you're looking at it there, even right here, we got this break. We had a consolidation. We still would have had to risk about $1 on this right here. Now we're risking $1 to make about $1. That's still okay. But when we're risking about 60 cents to be able to make almost $3, I would much rather do that. Does that make sense? The risk to reward just made so much more sense taking it here. That is true, Saki. That is true. But yeah, that's why I took it there. The risk just made a lot more sense. And the risk to reward was so much better in return for that. So anytime that I see something that I can take as an early entry where it actually makes more sense than waiting for the level, I'm going to be taking the early entry. Now, there's also, I'm doing air quotes right now. I know my camera's not turned on. There's also early entries that are just absolutely ridiculous and have, like, they're basically not even involved with the play you're looking at. Like, if I was trying to take this up here as a rejection from high of day, let's say I tried to take it on this candle right here. This has nothing to do with this play at all. Now, you could argue that this is also far enough away that it has nothing to do with this play at all. But as far as being in this stock at 148, I would much rather take it here and have a way better risk to reward and be risking way less. Up here, this is just completely in the middle of nowhere. Like I would not expect to see 148 necessarily. So and mainly when I'm saying like ridiculous early entries, like if we look at, let's say we're looking at something off open, right? Let's say we were looking at this pre-market or after hours high on Tesla. Let's say we were looking at this off open. All right. And we'll go ahead and get rid of these levels right here because these are old anyways. But let's look at it like this. If somebody took an entry on Tesla basically right here at this pre-market resistance, not even resistance really, but this high of this candle pre-market, based on the fact that they wanted to take this pre-market high, if their quote early entry was right here, there is absolutely nothing telling you that this stock is getting to that level. You're taking a completely different trade. It has nothing to do with the trade that you're looking at. Or if this was a red to green, like, okay, you can take the red to green candle, that's fine, except if you're taking the red to green candle on the premise that it is a quote early entry for this pre-market high, that red to green is so far away from this, and there is nothing telling you that it's going to get up here at all at that point in time. You have such little information in such a short amount of time that it's a completely separate trade, and it could go either way. So yeah. But anyways, guys, if you want to trade live with us, once again, click that first link in the description. There's a 3-day free trial there for those of you that are new. I would love to see you in pre-market review, and I would love to see you making money with the team. So yeah, click that first link below. I'll pop up the watch list once again, but if you guys don't have any further questions, then we can wrap it up. If you guys do have more questions, feel free to ask. But here's the watch list. Take a screenshot. Do what you got to do. But thank you guys all for coming out and sticking around. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. I'll talk to you first thing in the morning for pre-market review. Peace, everybody.